name is Nicole. Welcome to your Pilates primer. 5 moves so you can rock your first Pilates class. If you have any neck or shoulder issues and you want a little head support, then I suggest pausing the video to grab a towel and folding that up into a little pile like so. You can place that at the end of your mat, and we're going to start on our backs and get right into it. So come on down to your back with your feet flat and your head on your little pillow, your towel, if you so desire, or straight on the floor. All right, you're going to bring your hands onto your lower belly and just feel with your fingers nice and heavy on this area between your pubic bone and your hip bones. Those are where your deep abdominal muscles lie. And as you inhale, just allow your belly to expand into your fingers. And as you exhale, use that exhale to just pull those deep core muscles in and away from your fingers. Belly will sink down. One more breath like that. Use the exhale and let go and relax. Belly can puff up. And then as you exhale, feel the exhale helping to engage those deep abdominal muscles. All right, so the exhale is your tool to help you more deeply engage the abdominal muscles, and feel free to use that tool anytime during the exercises. We'll start with our pelvic tilts first. So you can keep your hands where they are or have them on the floor if that feels more comfortable for you. So just feel where the weight is of your body on your tailbone, on the back of your ribs, and the back of your head. And then find a little tilt of the pelvis. So I'd like you to try and touch your lower back to the floor, if it's not already touching the floor. So your glutes might lift off a little bit, your bottom might lift off, and then you're going to arch your lower back, and you might feel your spine rock a bit here as you create lots of space in the lower back. And then again, you're gonna tuck your tail, and lift the tailbone off, bring that pubic bone towards the belly button a bit, and coming into a pelvic tuck, and then an arch at the lower back. Good, one more pelvic tuck here, mobilizing the hips and the spine. Keep the shoulders relaxed, and then come to more of a central position, kind of a comfortable resting position for you. We'll call this a neutral position. And then as you go into a gentle tuck, you're going to find that little abdominal engagement, and just super gently go into a tuck, trying to keep your bottom and the back of your legs relaxed here. And then come back to your neutral position, maybe a little bit of space at your lower back, just a little bit for your neutral. And then again, go into a little pelvic tuck here, and then back to neutral. So we've got our pelvic tilts. And when you're beginning Pilates, if you go into that pelvic tuck, you might feel that you can engage those deep abdominal muscles a little easier. And that is going to support your lower back a little bit more. So if you feel more comfortable in a pelvic tuck, doing some leg exercises with legs in the air, particularly, you stay there. If you want a little more challenge, then you can go more towards your neutral when your legs are in the air. So let's go into that pelvic tuck and stay there. So super gentle, you're not forcing anything down. We're gonna go into our next exercise, the toe taps. So I'd like you to bring your left leg to a tabletop position, keeping your back still. So in a tuck if you can. And then you're going to just allow your shin to drop down towards the back of your thigh, and then lift it up again. So tabletop is knee over hip and shin parallel to the floor, and then you can allow the shin to drop down. Keep the shin down, and we're going to tap the toe towards the floor without moving the pelvis, and then lift the knee back up above the pelvis. So lower the toe towards the floor and then back up. If that feels pretty easy on your abdominals and your back, lift your shin up so it's parallel to the floor, and then lower the whole leg away from you, tapping the toe down and bringing it back up. So the challenge here is to keep your pelvis still, not tilting or arching in your lower back as the leg moves up and down. And then can you keep the leg heavy in the hip joint so you're not overworking in the quads. Good, let's try the other leg. So you're gonna bring your left leg down to the floor, bring your right leg into a tabletop position. Good, and then you're gonna drop the shin down. So a little easier, shin is down, and you can stay here with the shin down, or if you want a little more challenge, you're gonna bring the shin up to parallel to the floor, knee above the hip, and then tap that whole leg down, keeping that 90-degree position at the knee as you lift and lower the leg. And then the challenge is to keep the back still. So your abdominals have to work to keep the pelvis exactly where it is. One more, bring the leg up to tabletop and then bring it to the floor. So if you'd like a little extra challenge, the next thing you're gonna go to is bringing the left leg to tabletop. Pelvis can stay tucked or in more neutral for more challenge. And then the right leg to tabletop, again without moving the pelvis. Lower the left leg down, and then lower the right leg down. No movement in the pelvis. Lift the right leg up, and then the left leg without tilting the pelvis. Lower the right leg, and then lower the left leg. So that's your extra challenge. So we've done our pelvic tilt, so we've done some toe taps. We're going to move up the spine next. Reach your fingers up towards the ceiling, and thumbs reach behind you, or to the wall behind you. And from here, allow your arms to be heavy. We're working into the rib cage and the arms and the shoulders. So separate your hands as wide as your mat, and then just begin to lower your arms over your head towards the floor. Nice, simple movement. Touching your hands down to the floor, maybe, or not, that's fine. And then bringing your hands above your shoulders again. Try that again. You're gonna bring your hands down to the floor. Good. And then this time, bring your hands all the way to the floor by your hips. So we'll do that whole movement from the floor by your hips and then all the way over your head to the floor. And then back by your hips. Try that 3 more times, moving slowly and carefully, and check out what's happening in your rib cage. So as the arms go over the head, are you arching in your upper back or anywhere else in your spine? And can you stay heavy in the back of your rib cage as you lift and lower? So you're really working into the shoulder joints. Elbows are staying as straight as you can get them. And then can you touch the floor with your thumbs at the same time? 2 more like that. A little harder. Hands will be a little closer in towards your face, towards your ears. And 1 more. Try and get those thumbs down at the same time. Spine stays connected to the floor, and then come all the way back up. Good. Bring your hands down by your hips on the floor again. So we have our pelvic tucks, we have our toe taps, we have rib cage, arms, shoulder mobilizations. Now we're going to work into some rib cage flexion and neck flexion as well. So we'll start with a little neck preparation. So just nod your chin down towards your chest, lengthening the back of the neck, keeping the shoulders relaxed, and then lift the chin back up. Keep it pretty small. Just a little head nod, up and down. And what you're doing here is preparing your head to move and to lift, preparing your neck to support that. Next time your chin is nodded, you're going to keep it there. And then bring your hands behind your head. So we're going to support the head with the hands to start. Your elbows will be visible out of the corners of your eyes and your peripheral vision. And then keep that chin nod and support your head with your hands as you curl up, keeping your pelvis still. And then lower the spine back down to the floor. Good, so you're going to keep that little chin nod and then use that to help lift you up and curl up. And then come back down. 2 more like that. Head is heavy in the hands. And so neck is relaxed. And the work is happening in your upper abdominals, your upper back. Pelvis still stays completely still. 1 more. Nod the chin, curl up. This time hold up here. See if you can come up just to the base of your shoulder blades, and then reach your hands, touch the outsides of your thighs, bring your hands behind your head, and come on back down. Let's try a couple more like that, or you can just flow up and down holding your head like we were before. Reach your hands to your outer thighs, hold there, and then come back down. 2 more. Nod the chin, curl up, head is heavy in the hands, and then your neck and your upper back, your abs take the weight of your head. 1 more. Nod the chin. The higher you curl up, the more you're going to support the neck and the head, and then come on back down to the floor. Beautiful. All right. We've got our pelvic tilts, core engagement, toe taps, rib cage arms, and chest curls. Let's move over onto our stomachs and do some upper back extension, which is great if you're on a desk all day. And if you have lower back tension, you might want to use your towel underneath your belly just to lengthen your lower back and give it a little bit of support. There, so maybe just underneath your lower belly, and then reach out with your legs, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, forehead is on the floor. Reach out through the elbows, and then lift your head a little bit off the mat so your back of your neck is nice and long. And then from here, you're going to keep your neck in the same position. Just lift your heart forward, trying to get your sternum to reach towards the end of your mat. Bring your shoulder blades a little bit together on your back to help with that as well. And then come on back down to the floor. Head can come down to the floor so the back of the neck will round. And there's almost no weight on your hands here. Everything is happening in your upper back. Head comes parallel to the floor, back of the neck is long, and then lift your heart forward to come up. Press the pubic bone down a little bit, lift those deep abdominal muscles up and away from the floor, and then lower back down. 2 more. You're going to lift the head to neutral, and then from there, just keep the neck where it is. Find the work in the front, in the chest, and then the upper back. Reach back through the elbows so the shoulder blades stay away from the ears. And 1 more. Lift the head, lift the chest, hold here. Let's do a couple shoulder checks. So you're going to look over your right shoulder, and then back to center. And then over your left shoulder, and back to center. Looking down at the mat, and then over your right shoulder, and back to center. And then over your left shoulder, and back to center. Keep lengthening your lower back. Glutes are working. Hold here, still looking down at the mat. Can you float your hands off the mat? Take a deep breath, and then bring your hands to the mat. Bring your chest, bring your head down to the mat, and push yourself back to shell stretch, which is hips to the heels, arms overhead, forehead can go on the floor. And you're just taking this moment to round your lower back out. After that, extension around your upper back as well. Elbows can relax. And then use your hands and your abdominal muscles to lift yourself back up to a seated position. Hope you enjoyed learning these 5 Pilates moves to get you ready for your first Pilates class. If you have any questions, please contact me via text or email. I'm happy to help you with anything else you need to know. Have a great day.